Hello everyone. So if you're working in anti-money laundering or if you're thinking of starting your career in anti-money laundering, how can you save or future-proof yourself with the AI impact that all we have already seen or we're gonna most probably see massive impact in the next few months or few years. So the purpose is to keep our job. That's the purpose of this video, to help you guide you that how you can keep your job if you are already working or if you want to start your career. So, money laundering is placement layering and integration, and those who wants to launder money, usually the individuals who launder money, the group of men who launder money. These are called syndicates who are involved in organized crime, or the countries who launder money by starting wars, like different wars that you see these days. So they use already AI to find ways to launder money. In addition to using gatekeepers, the lawyers, accountants, notaries, and the auditors. So they, like crypto, they use the impact, how they can they using technology, including the AI, to launder money. So the anti-money laundering or anti-financial crime, where we do detection, prevention, correction. That's AML specialists who are supposed to do anti-financial crime or anti-money laundering. The law enforcement agencies, agents who work in LEA, the regulators, the vendors, who the company, the software, the tools they provide for us to detect suspicious transactions and so on, and etc. Those people who are supposed to be involved one way or another in doing anti-money laundering, we are supposed to be using technologies, including the AI machine learning models, in order to do detection, prevention, correction. So the AI or machine learning models that are being used or supposed to be used in the transaction monitoring tool, with in the detection phase, uh, they have started or they are about to start using these models in their Mentas, FCCMs, their SAS, the Actimize. So the impact that we're going to see in the next few months or years, that they will start using those machine learning models in prevention phase as well. So the anti-money laundering, detection, prevention, correction. So it's not just about alert generation, reducing false positive and reducing false negative. It's not just about using the natural language processing to generate quality hits for the sanction screening, the PEP screening. It's not about just using Tableau, Power BIs to visualize. It's also about AI drafting skills, or AI that you can use to draft your STR narratives, your alert disposition notes narratives. So eventually, in the next few years, AI will be doing end-to-end detection, prevention, correction. That's the summary is, means that they will not need you as an AML specialist, who are involved in manual detection. If you're working in a tier 3 bank, they are still doing manual detection of the suspicious activity, or some sort of manual detection. If you're working in a tier 1 bank, they're not gonna need for the investigation phase as well, you, and during the correction phase, in order to close the account or to report the customer, they're not gonna need you at all, because AI will be doing all of that. So if they need you, there's a high possibility they do not, but if they need you as an AML specialist, or as a field agent, or as a regulatory audit teams, or to evaluate, or internal audit teams to evaluate, they will need you in order to test the tools, that the tool that is working with AI, is it doing its job the way it is supposed to, in order to detect all the suspicious activities. In the game of cat and mouse, the cat and the mouse, if the mouse is using advanced level of tools, technologies, uh, is the cat up to date with the tools of the mouse or not? The Javi is doing everything, the Tom is not up to date, so you will be testing those tools. The purpose of the future AML specialist is to make sure that the tool which have AI is doing everything it is supposed to or not, for you to regularly check with your advanced data analytical skills, with your advanced machine learning, advanced AI model skills that you have. So if you want to keep on working in anti-money laundering, want to start and keep on working for to prevent crime, which will include, in the near future, it's not just about anti-money laundering or sanctions specialists or TBML specialists. They will want you to, since majority of the work will be performed by the AI models, they want you to, be experts in the crypto investigations as well. So all of that requires you to be really good in the tools, latest tools. You need to be good at data, big data analytics. No, and big data analytics these days, it's very, if you know big data analytics, it's not that you're gonna get any sort of leverage in the market. Advanced level of, data science, which the big data analytics, next things is data science, and then next thing is artificial intelligence. You knowing artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. So if they will need you to be testing the models. That makes sense, that since the testing the tool, that the models the tool is using, is it using the way it is supposed to, uh, since the software or the tool is doing using its AI models, end to end everything. It can do the self debugging as well, self evaluation or self audit as well, but it will require some human intervention to check also that the software that is doing end to end, is it doing the way it is supposed to, it's not missing out anything, is there's not much false negative. So if you continue having an AML career, first of all, you need to be really good at in latest tools and big data analytics plus advanced level of big data analytics. You need to be really sound knowledge of everything about AML, which includes sanction screening, TBML, crypto investigation, everything. Since there will be less manual work involved in your knowledge about the tools who are performing the PEP screening, the adverse media screening, the updation of the KYC through perpetual KYCs. If the AI is using external data to do internet scraping to find any information about the customer to use it for investigation purpose, you're going to make sure that the data is sourced from the ethical sources, that there's a data lineage, which there's a data trail. The data is being used by the AI to do its things. You make sure that it come from legitimate sources, and there is no data violation, privacy violation, of data protection violation law are not being violated. So this will be the manual work that you will be supervising uh, through the tool. And if you are not sound knowledge of those, you will not have a job. So you just doing the BAU right now, business as usual, in just reviewing alerts, or you doing some fine, involved in some fine tuning of the threshold or something. This is basic stuff. Knowing the big data analytics these days is just have become a basic stuff because so many people already know it. So if you want to have a job in near future where the impact of the AI will take over majority of the manual work, you need to start updating yourself. You need to first of all diversify your knowledge about not just knowing transaction monitoring. You need to know everything, sanction screening, TBML, PEP screening, adverse media, crypto investigation. You need to have advanced level of big data analytics knowledge, which transition into knowing the natural, how this natural language processing work, how the in the near future the tool will be advanced enough to do all the detection, prevention, and correction. What best tools that your organization most probably going to use in the near future, how those tools will work, will those tools require uh, extensive hardware requirement in order to learn machine learning models, will banks have those hardware available to perform this complicated computation. If they do not have it, how the vendors are trying to figure it out, that how their tools can be used in a bank without having those extensive hardware, uh, you know computing power or not. So this is what you should be involved in. you know the near future, which is not that far, maybe next year, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. So prepare yourself, and they will not need you to be working as an analyst or senior analyst. They want you to be highly experienced. They most probably want you to be if they when they're going to lay off lots of people, they're going to lay off people who are doing lots of laborious work, manual work. They're going to lay off those people who are managing the people as well. They do not need management. So they will need those people who have advanced level of skills, which and lots of supervisory authorities, lots of experience in the drafting or liaison, drafting the policies procedure, which AI most probably can done this in future. Liaison with the internal auditors, liaison with the law enforcement agencies, liaison with the quality assurance team, if there are any quality assurance team, if there are any audits being done in future, they will require those sort of people. So you need to transition yourself into senior management role quickly in the next few years. Transition yourself into becoming sound technical knowledge in the new AI models, machine learning models. You can find out about them on there are lots of repositories on GitHub that are available. How the people in the past in few years have used the data that they got from Kaggle.com or from IBM.com, and they review those suspicious transactions using different models. You can get some knowledge about those, that how the AI will impact the transaction monitoring, sanction screening, machine learning, or the adverse media, PEP screening, and crypto investigations. So future proof yourself. I started learning about the data analytics in 2021 when I passed my AML certification in 2020. I did the diploma course and have since been updating myself. Did the crypto certification and other certifications as well. So I'm trying to prepare myself in the since last 4 years or 5 years. So you should be doing that as well if you haven't started. And if you're not going to start it today, you will be jobless. And when you are jobless, you can't support financially your family, your wife, your kids who are dependent on you. If you can't support them financially, then complication in your marriage, complication in your overall life. So need to advance. Find time on weekends to advance yourself. If you ever done the certification who can help you get a job in a tier one bank where you can get the exposure of what the new tools are being used. So you start from there. Save money, find time, study, get a certifications, and while you're saving money to do the AML certifications, you have to also learn the data analytics as well if you haven't started yet. So prepare yourself. It's very alarming these days. If you are not preparing yourself for those things, then you're going to see lots of surprises. You will be shocked that when you suddenly receive an email that you no longer need it. And that's going to happen. It's not going to happen to your kids. It's going to happen to us in the next few years, if not months. So kindly future proof yourself with the AI impact. Otherwise, lots of suffering are expected if you're not technically sound. Yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good day.